Hello again. How are you? I hope you're well. I just got home from work and the sun, I guess it's setting. I don't know. It's like almost 6:30-ish. I don't know if I can get it up. Oh no, 6:20. From my view, it's going down. I wanted to remind you guys about my last video, my Dear Mother Part 2 video. For those of you who are like maybe feeling that poor woman just got bashed all over the internet and everybody knows. Well, I have to confirm because it would probably make you feel better too. I didn't say her name and nobody knows she's my mom. She has been a homebody since we lived here in 1996 and really nobody knows her. She doesn't really have friends here except for my kids. Nobody knows her. She's not hurt, trust me. She is the abuser. She doesn't get hurt. Also, mind you, that I feel like she's reptilian. I really do, without a doubt. And I can almost sit here and say I am 100% sure she is reptilian. But I will say that there's probably more than one entity that's negative in her. And yes, that can happen. I'm just here to say she's mean. And she's been mean as far back as I have memories. And I'm not just saying that, oh, my mom, she was so mean to me. She was mean. We're gonna cut that conversation right there. And I hope that I don't get more information on that topic so I won't have to bring it up again. Because I don't like bringing it up. It kind of like traumatizes me again a little bit. And I've been healing on it for a long time. So nothing exciting happened today at all. I worked and I think I was there 12 and a half hours today. Well, that's crazy. 12 and a half hours. Actually 12 hours minus 30 minutes for lunch. But I get off early tomorrow and I'm off Friday. Tomorrow when I get off, I have to go to the store. And when I get home and get myself situated after I get off of work around 3-ish, I will sort out my computer monitor mess on the table and I will show you what it looks like. That way I'll have some time to do it. Hopefully, if anything, I'll have that video up Saturday. I am so sorry. As I've always said, my life is boring. I really don't have much to share, and that really bothers me. And a part of me wants to feel, well, Elora, you need to get out of the house. You need to go do shit so you can have an entertaining life. But then my mind starts thinking, okay, so what am I going to do? Am I going to just like walk around the park and do a video as I'm walking around the park and watch all the people watching me, watch my camera? I just feel like even that surrounding isn't good. I even hated doing my videos in my car, although you could see the background of the outside and everything, but it was just the same constant scene there for a while because I didn't have anywhere else where I could record my videos. I will say this, and this is crazy. I think I told you in one of my last 2 videos that I am getting more channeling coming through. I mean, it's intense. It's not minor, it's intense. And I'm hearing my guides communicate with me more. And I'm having visions more, like every day. When used to, I would have it once in a great while. I was presented my higher self today, and it was the same higher self that I seen with souls at my feet begging for forgiveness, which I don't know if they need to do that. I don't know, but I crossed them over with love. The only thing I can remember about that was there was a soul at my feet. He was a murderer. And I was gold and I had this huge gold aura, and I'm assuming my hair was floating because my first thought was I look like Medusa. And I remember looking down at him. He was at my feet, kind of kneeled with his head on his hands and, bent over. And I remember thinking, or being told, that he was a murderer. And then I heard my thought process say, go to the light with love. And then I remember thinking, oh wow, I shared love with a guy who has murdered people, and I felt good and at peace with doing that. And then I was given the information that that is what I do every day, all day. Even when my human self is going about earth activities, my higher self was doing that all day, every day. And that's not the only thing I do. But as I was driving, I think at lunch, I don't know if y'all saw that, but an orb just went down there. When I edit and I can get it to go slow, I'll point it out to you. If you don't see it, that means I couldn't get it to go slow. So back on track, I was at lunch and I was driving, and then all of a sudden, I was thinking about what was going on, and then I seen myself in the air, in my third eye, same soul that I seen, same goldness, and I was like, oh, that is so beautiful. And when you don't see things like that, and they are pretty, you're just like in awe of it. And then I was talking to my two friends that I've made, the last two women that I hypnotized. They were best friends, us three witches. My guides thought it was funny. They were communicating through me to give advice to one of them, and it was just a flowing. It was intense. And then they joked around and said the power of three, because we were witches, and I'm assuming we still are. And that's what they said, and it was funny. But they were showing me things, and I'm like, this is crazy. I'm working, and I'm texting and giving this one woman advice, and they were showing me all kinds of stuff because they were telling me what to tell her. So by intuition and visions and symbols and everything, I was just flowing. And I remember I used to think, how can somebody translate all of that and describe it as they see it, feel it, and hear it? I do now. It's crazy. I had messages for myself also. Look at me. I found something to talk about. I want to kind of backtrack a little bit. When I was a little girl, I remember saying all the time, I am God's warrior. I am God's warrior. And I thought as I got older, it was just little kid stuff, little kids do that, I'm Superman, Spider-Man kind of thing. And as I got older, I remember thinking, why would I say that all the time? And I said it with such knowing, like I just knew it. And then fast track a little bit about that. Growing up, and I was still little, I was younger than a teenager, but I knew I was a healer. Deep in my heart, I was a healer. And I was on Atlantis and Lemura, and I healed like crazy there too, even in Egypt. But being little, I always knew I was a healer. How? Laying on of hands. It's always came to me my whole entire life. And as I've aged and adulted and everything else, I'm like, seriously, how can we do that? That doesn't make sense. And this is before I awoke, because I just awoke in 2020. And I had somebody tell me that I was a healer in Lemuria, and same thing, laying on of hands is how they described it. And I used to sit in bed at night when I couldn't sleep and just envision myself in like a stadium or even a church or wherever. And I was always in a massive crowd. And all I would have to do is just hold my hands out, and I would see electricity like stuff coming from my hands. And I would like scan the crowd and just heal everybody. And sometimes in those instances, I would levitate. And now I look back and I'm like, what? That was crazy. Since my awakening, I still have known I'm a healer. I just didn't know how and from what body part and etc. A person, a starseed, and even an earthling, if they're awake, they can heal with just being near somebody, depending on what the other person needs healing for. And so today, as I was talking to my friend, getting these visions and symbols and hearing, seeing things and all, as I was working and texting all this information, it was said to me that I was a healer. And I kind of confirmed it. I'm like, okay, yeah, I thought so. And then Master Healer was repeated. And I'm like, kind of listening to it. And it just repeated. And then it would go Master, Master, Master. And I'm like, Master Healer? And they were like, Master Healer. And so I asked a couple of very reliable friends who I've known channel, and they have channeled to me correctly in the past. And the second one that confirmed it today, I don't know, she was one of those two bitches. I don't know her that well, but I do know she has accurately said things. And so I took that as a second confirmation. And then on top of that, my feeling. So I've been asking in my head, okay, so what my guides, I should say, I asked my guides, how do I do this? And do I use my hands? Do I use my third eye? Do I just go stand by each other or by somebody? And how does that work? And sometimes when I need answers like that for myself, I don't hear the answers because I'm hoping for answers. And so if I hear something, I'm going to think it's my own thoughts. I hope that makes sense. Sometimes they come through very clearly. And it's like one word, sometimes two. And then I recognize, oh, it's them. And so another thing they were saying, and I had confirmed also, was the reason why I had been so irritable and withdrawn for like a couple of weeks there were, and I should recognize these signs now. I didn't want to be here. I was miserable. I wasn't depressed. Keep in mind, I used to have depression, but I was low. I was down. I didn't want to be here, and I had negative thoughts, and I just was, you know what I mean? And I got tired of feeling that way. And it came about today and confirmed twice that, and my guides told me, and or my star family, which I think is one, I am going through a massive energy change, and that makes a buttload of sense to me. And I feel it, for one, and I have chills everywhere. And that's an indication that this is true. I don't remember his exact words, but he's the one that told me I was a princess before I knew. And then after I was told my queen slash mother slash Arcturan came to see me. And so it's been confirmed multiple times since that period. So what I'm doing is, and I know this without a doubt, my soul is preparing, and I am now starting my mission from this point forward. Although I have not completed the energy exchange just yet, but I started. And I need to trust in the universe to take me where I need to go. And I know and hope that my YouTube is going to take off eventually. And I have a feeling that YouTube is going to take me across the world and heal as many entities as I can. That is people, animals, earth, plants, you name it. That is my mission. Something told me when I started doing these YouTube videos about my depression and anxiety and how I deal with it, and they took it away, then I had nothing. Something told me to start doing YouTube, talking to everybody about my journey and me being hybrid and how I have this awesome, huge journey that I'm supposed to take, and YouTube is supposed to help me. And I think YouTube is my only way in helping me do that, because it's going to be expensive. And I don't think any job in the world will allow you to work for them, make the money, and travel. It doesn't make sense. So, and I'm trying to grow my YouTube. And I'm assuming that once YouTube gets going is when I will be ready to go. But I've had 2 people say that, yes, I am exchanging energies or transcending. It was along those lines. I'm going from the person I am now to the more advanced healing entity that I'm supposed to be. And I'm excited about that. And to be honest, I feel that in every way, completely. And I'm not just some psycho that wants to come on YouTube and lie my way into making all this money and travel the world to have fun. That's not who I am. I came here on a mission to heal on Earth as many entities as I can, because Earth has been low vibrational for a while. And that is my mission. And that was told to me. And evidently, when I started this video, I wasn't going to talk about that, and it all came out. So you need to know, apparently. So I'm going to start preparing myself, and how, I don't know, but I do trust my guides. I've been saying all day. I had one of my witchy friends say that she felt that I was resisting in one path, and then I have 2 paths that I have to do. And I'm like, what are those paths? And she didn't tell me. But she said she feels on one that she feels I'm resisting on. So all day today, I've been saying I accept all high vibrational paths that is aligned to me and that I need to do. And I ask my guides for help in transcending to that point, and just in different verses and feelings of positivity all day today. I was saying that. And I know within my soul that I do need to do this. That's why I'm here. I can't resist anymore if I'm actually resisting. And yeah, my guides just said yes. And I don't know how. I think we do things unconsciously. We just don't know we're doing it. But it's so funny how my mind works now. I said, but I've accepted it already in my head, and they're like confirmed. I'm like, okay. I love my life now. And since I went through this energy change, I'm sure that when one was crossing, the other one was entering. That's where I was feeling so irritable. But now I'm more on this side, which is good. Of course, the other side was good, but it was lower vibration. So there for a bit, I had a mixed, did I say hybration? I meant vibration if I did. But I guess the crossing in this area was too much. But of course it went away. I don't know if that came from my head or theirs. I don't know. I feel like, how would I know that? How would I be able to explain that? Because I don't know. So I don't know if that was them or me. I don't know. It had to have been them. Because they come through me so much now that it's hard to decide, was that me or was that them? And they flow through me like crazy. And I put my, what they call, and they instructed me to do so, I put my armor on after I get out of bed, which is, I imagine a armor on for protection that is made of light and a violet flame, in which they had said to do so. And every night since I've been told, I invite Archangel Michael here and to cut all negative cords within my apartment and myself, and to help protect my apartment and myself. And so when I caught myself at work, like I've been doing it my whole life, saying, I heard a couple of my coworkers talking about people, and I don't know, they're angry. And so I make sure my armor's on, and I surround myself with white light, and I say, that's not going to bother me. They will not take my light, because people like that tend to suck the bright light out of the high vibrational people and starseeds, mainly. I've been told that I'm supposed to, and this is from my guides and or star family. Like I say, I think they're one. I'm pretty sure they're one. I got it confirmed. So they're one. I've been told a lot. I'm supposed to be only around or socialize, I don't know, around high vibrational beings. And I need to stay away from the low vibrational. And that's going to be hard, because we mingle with one another quite a bit. And so that's going to be difficult, but worth it. And it's odd how I already started saying these things to protect myself, because my memory is crap lately, and it's difficult for me to remember things, but it flows right out recently. I think that might be all that I have to say. There were a couple of things that my star family had told a medium friend of mine, and I need to reread it. She typed it out on paper because she channeled the information. And I'll probably do that this weekend, because I have to get off of here, take a shower, get something very small to munch on, and get ready for bed. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, leave me a comment below, and maybe I can give you more of this kind of topic of channeling and things like that. So let me know what you like. I would appreciate that a heck of a lot. I hope you're doing well, and I love you, and I will see you on the next video. I'm sending you love, light, and peace. Bye.